Hi there, welcome. You're tuned in to Mel's gluten-free Symphony. How are you doing today? Are you wanting some chilled, sweet, creamy mango rabdi? Of course you are. Why else are you here? So let's get started. Let's begin with some sweet mango pulp. Being in Goa, the Mankurad variety is full and plenty. You could use whichever mango you like, however. Just make sure it's firm so that when it comes to garnishing, you can get some nice thin slices out of it. For this recipe, I'll be using 60 grams of mango pulp. So one mango should suffice. This one weighs approximately 200 grams. First, I'll be cutting out the cheeks and scooping out the pulp directly into the blender bowl. I've got my weighing scale set below as I want to avoid scooping out more pulp than required. Now, using a sharp spoon, scoop out the pulp into the blender bowl. Since I want to keep aside one cheek for the garnish, I'll be adding the pulp from the seed first. I like to use every bit of the mango. Peel away the skin and using a spoon very gently scrape the pulp from the seed. Try not to break the fibers as that can ruin the mouthfeel of the rabdi. Well, looky here, 60 grams and more pulp to spare. Don't mind if I do. So once it's all measured out, blitz it for a few seconds till you get a smooth, even pulp. Now that we have our fresh mango pulp, let's move on to the rabdi. You'll need a heavy bottom saucepan to prevent your milk from getting scorched. Also, preferably use a wide one as it allows the milk to evaporate quicker, shortening the overall cook time of the rabdi. I'll be using 500 ml of full cream milk. This packet here has roughly 6% of fat. Now empty out the milk into your saucepan and begin heating over a medium-low flame. Give it a stir and leave it for around 5 minutes or so till you see a layer of cream form at the top. Push that cream along the inner wall of the saucepan. Stir the milk and let it continue to reduce. Now every couple of minutes, keep checking to see if more cream has formed at the top. Once again, push that cream to the side and give the milk a stir. You'll need to do this repeatedly till the milk has reduced to 1/3 of its original volume. Now I know that this video is a month too late and I do apologize if fresh mangoes aren't available in your area. But the good news is that it can also be made with frozen mango pulp. Just thaw it out and follow the recipe instructions as they are. As I mentioned in the title, this recipe does not contain any sugar. However, frozen mango pulp tends to be sweetened, which might make this dessert sweeter than intended. But hey, it's a dessert after all. If that's not meant to be sweet, then what is? I also want to take this moment to thank everyone who has subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Gluten-free or not, my aim is to give you the munchies. I'd also love to hear what you think about my videos, so comment away. Now getting back to the rabdi. Once it's reduced to 1/3, reduce the flame to medium-low and keep stirring to avoid scorching your rabdi. Just before it begins to thicken, add a 1/4 teaspoon of cardamom powder and thoroughly stir that in. After you notice your spatula leaving trails on the base of your saucepan, it's almost fully thickened. Switch the flame off as you don't want it to further reduce while adding your mango pulp. After emptying out the pulp, switch the flame on medium-low and continue stirring. Don't those colors remind you of a beautiful sunrise? Now once all the mango pulp is well incorporated into the rabdi and it has a gorgeous creamy texture, switch the flame off and carefully pour it out into your fancy pair of serving bowls. I alternated the pouring between the two bowls so as to distribute the rabdi mix evenly. Now let it cool on your kitchen countertop, and once it reaches close to room temperature, cover your bowls and pop them in the fridge. Let them chill for around 4 to 6 hours and then it's ready to be served. A dish isn't complete without those final touches, and garnishes are the best way to brighten things up. So I've got 8 pistas here, 4 for each serving bowl that I'll be thinly slicing. Now since this is a garnish, you can make it as fanciful as you like. Add some mint or maybe even another nut or both. I'll be using pistas though. After slicing the pistas, I just toasted them over a medium-low flame. If you're toasting sliced pistas, keep tossing the slices for both sides to brown evenly. I toasted them for about 5 minutes till they turned a rich golden brown. As you recall, I kept aside one cheek from the mango I pulped earlier. So for this part of the garnish, I use a relatively sharp-edged teaspoon and simply scooped out the entire cheek by carefully cutting it away from the skin. So keep going around till you've reached the centermost point between the pulp part and the skin. Now just scoop the entire cheek right out. Then gently place the flat side down on the board and slice the mango. Keep the slices about a half centimeter or more. You don't want them too thin or they'll break while garnishing. Decorating time! Now keep all your garnishes ready and grab those chilled Rabdi bowls. Now since this is a decoration, to each their own, I'm just simply lining the side of the Rabdi with the sliced mango. I'll be alternating the garnishes between the bowls to give them a more or less equal look. Oh, look here, more fresh mango for moi. Doesn't this look adorable? Now I'm going to be sprinkling some of those toasted pistas in the center. Now that I'm satisfied with the garnishes, this scrumptious bowl of chilled mango Rabdi is complete. It's so simple that it can literally be placed on the back burner while you're preparing your weekday dinner. Now don't you just want to dive into a big scoop of this? I know I do. It's time to dig in. Mango, condensed milk and cardamom are a match made in Indian heaven, with a little sprinkling of pistas. I'm sure you agree. It requires so few ingredients that you're going to want to jump at preparing this. Don't let those end of season mangoes go to waste, guys. Use the rich pulp in this recipe and share your experience in the comment section below. Take care, you all.